Decepticons, attack!
Hey everyone, Soundwave here. Today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Leader Class, The Fallen. So as always, we'll take a quick look at the box here. So right here we have a lovely image of the Fallen destroying Egypt, trying to claim the Matrix of Leadership. Up top you got Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series, The Fallen, number 191, big Transformers logo on the side here. On the side of the box we have The Fallen. On the other side of the box we have another image of The Fallen. On the bottom you just have your basic product details and a barcode, and on the back of the box you have your product shots of The Fallen in his jet mode, in his robot mode, as well as other things that he can do, and that's basically it for the box. And moving right along here, we have The Fallen, who was back when he came out, he was a highly anticipated figure in the Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen lineup, and obviously so, since he was the titular character in that movie, played by the late, great Tony Todd, R.I.P. Tony Todd. Yep, so let's get a closer look at the details of his Cybertronian jet mode. You got some nice translucent orange there for the cockpit. Got all this nice, a lot of his body is made of this, like, cloudy, dark gray / smoky plastic, which may present some issues later on, due to the reputation that clear plastic has garnered over time, but we'll just have to see. He does have two pretty sizable boosters there, and the wings there look pretty. They almost look reminiscent of the 07 Megatron jet mode. I don't know if that's just me, and there's the back of his head right there. That's his head right there. But it's also another jet booster there. So there you go. Now for size comparison, let's bring in some of my other jet formers. Here we have Starscream. Nope. Get out of the shot. Here we have his protege, the concept art Megatron. It's not the same Megatron as the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, but the Fallen is Megatron's master, so I'm just gonna call him his protege regardless. Let's see if I can get this big guy in frame. But here he is with Siege Jetfire. Siege Jetfire. Yep, it's official. Siege Jetfire is my largest jet former. And last but not least, just because, here he is with Prime. Now as far as accessories go, he does include the two halves of his staff in the movie. And how they store on the jet mode is you have these posts right here, which will plug into these ports on either side of the jet mode. And it's a bit of a tight fit, but if you do manage to get them plugged in, they will not go anywhere. That looks pretty, and that looks pretty cool. And sometimes the legs might like to come undone. Yeah, but he looks awesome, like two giant missiles on his wings. So that is basically it for the jet mode. So now let's get the Fallen into his robot mode. Now to transform the Fallen into the robot mode, we're gonna take the tabs, and just set them off to the side. We're gonna take this section right here, unplug it, the same on the other side. And we're gonna take these pieces and pull them out. Now this, which is a bit of parts forming, but it is optional parts forming. You can perfectly transform this guy with these pieces attached, but I like to take them off so that way they aren't getting in the way and like falling off because they do like to do that. So first thing you're going to want to do is, if they haven't done it already, is untab the legs right here, and then fold this entire assembly down. Well, you're just going to unclip that assembly there. There's a tab that will go into that slot right there, so you just want to undo that, fold this down, and that should soft lock into place. You want to take the knee, fold it. You want to take the leg, straighten it out, take the knee, fold it straight, and take this right here, rotate it around, and splay out his toes. And I just knocked everything over. Yep, so you just want to do the same for his other leg. Splay out the toes. And I do like how the toes on this one are not spring-loaded like the original Leader Class toy. I do not own that original Leader Class figure, but I do know that the spring-loaded feet were kind of an issue and he wouldn't stand properly. Moving up to the top, we're going to take this panel right here, just take it and accordion it down on a double hinge, and it'll snap into place, and that'll reveal his face. Take the arms, just fold them down, rotate here, shift it down, fold up the spike, which is a soft rubbery plastic. And then you're going to want to do the same for the other arm. There we go. Moving to the back, we're going to want to take these pieces out. We want to take this section right here, rotate it around so that way these hollow bits are facing up. You're going to want to make sure you have this aligned up appropriately. So you're going to want to, okay, so there is this tab and this you got two tabs right here, which will go into slots on his back. So you're just going to want to slot that into place. There we go. Then take the ball joint and just pop it into the socket right there. And then you're going to want to do the same for the other side. If I can just get him standing, I'll talk about that later. Just going to want to do the same for the other side. And you're also going to want to make sure that they peg it together in the middle there. And once all that is said and done, here we have the Fallen in robot mode. And a huge step up from the original Voyager class figure. I do quite like it. I don't own that original Voyager class figure. I might at some point. I don't know, it depends. But yeah, I saw that from like other reviews that original Voyager looked pretty crummy. So let's get a closer look at the face sculpt there. Nice metallic blue there for the spikes there. Got this nice evil alien type mouth there. It's nice red there. Nice red there for the eyes, and he does have light piping, but I don't know how well I'll be able to show that off. Yeah, I don't know how well I'll be able to show off light piping, but he's got a nice bulbous head, Megamind head looking thing. Yeah, nice lanky body, these big hands with like just tons of fingers there. Oh my gosh, this thing is just, he's just so creepy looking. I love it. Yeah. As far as articulation goes, the head is on a ball joint. It can look side to side. It can look up that far. It can't really look down, but it can do a full 360 like that, if that serves any purpose to you. The arms have limited posability, but if you undo that ball joint, they can do a full 360. It can move in and out at 2 separate points. It does have bicep rotation. It does have double jointed elbow. It does have wrist rotation. The hands can move in and out. Moving to the waist, unfortunately he does not have a waist joint just due to the nature of his transformation. Legs can move forward that far. He can do some high kicks. Back that far. Outward. Can't really do the full splits. Thigh rotation. Have over 90 degrees of bend at the knee. Have a knee swivel. Have an ankle swivel. The toes can move. Toes can open and close, but they are not spring-loaded, unlike the original Voyager. And you do get a pivot. and a critique that I have about this guy is that apparently, I don't know if this is an issue on like if any of you guys have this figure, I don't know if this is an issue on yours, but on mine, he does not like to stand. He does not like to stand at all. And you can take the two halves of the staff and just feed it through his hand and plug it together. And and then you just get him standing if yours will stand properly. And now he can hold his mighty staff. Now for some size comparisons, here he is with the big Jetformer himself, Siege Jetfire. Here he is with Siege, no, not Siege Starscream, the Dorito Starscream, Baver Starscream. Here he is with his protege, Megatron, just towers over Megatron. And here he is with Optimus Prime, and he just towers over Prime. And the last thing to show off before we get the Fallen back into his jet mode is if we take Prime's axe here, and we can have the Fallen give me your face. And yeah, just and that's just morbid. This is just one of the most morbid features I've ever seen on a Transformers figure, but it's just hilarious. And there's the mask. It's made out of like a soft gummy plastic with the translucent red plastic there, and if you do this, you can have his mouth open, and it'll go ah! Best that this is like the best gimmick ever on a Transformers figure. Let me just get his face back on. Come on, get your face back. Put your face back on, man. So now let's get the Fallen back into his jet mode. So to get the Fallen back into his jet mode, you're just gonna want to remove the ball joint assemblies like I did for the robot mode transformation. Just set them off to the side. Then you're going to want to take this entire chest assembly here, fold it up to cover his face, fold down the spikes, rotate the arm and fold it up, and then you're going to want to make sure that the arm, like, so there should be, I don't know how you can see this because this figure has so much dark bits on him, but there's a tab right there that will go into a slot right there on the arm. So you're just going to want to line that up and make sure that snaps into place. You just want to make sure, yeah, and it's super, and you got to be super specific with how you line it up, because otherwise it's not going to go in. This figure is very picky about how you line things up. Yeah, he's so picky. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. You're really going to make me struggle on camera, huh? You're really going to make me struggle on camera. There we go. Now, once you have that, now let's do the same thing for the other arm. Boom. So now let's take the legs here and just fold them back. There we go. And we're going to fold it. Then we're just going to rotate them to the side, rotate this around, fold the feet in, and pivot the ankle. You want to do the same thing for the other leg. Boom. I don't know how well you can see this because like this guy's transformation is kind of frustrating, and he has a lot of dark bits which might not show up on camera. Right. So now once you have the legs fully transformed, you can just take them, and there's a tab slot connection right there. We'll just plug that in, and do the same on this side. Tab slot connection right there. Yep, and that's basically the main figure fully transformed. that is not everything that we need to do, because you want to bring in this assembly right here. You're going to take this forward facing tab right here, and it will just plug into a slot right here on the ankle like that, and then the ball joint will just go into that socket right there. And you're going to want to do the same thing for the other wing, and I just knocked Starscream over. Just want to make sure that all of this lines up nice and neat, and then it all should just go into place and not fight you. Hopefully, please work with me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I don't like to transform this guy too much, because he will fight you every step of the way. There we go. He will fight you every step of the way, and there is not a darn tootin' thing you can do about it. That's why I don't like to transform him that much. But the thing you're going to want to do is take the two halves of the staff and just plug them back to where you had them originally. So you're just going to want to have that plugged in right there, and just plug them both in. Come on. And then make sure you have everything squeezed together nice and straight. Make sure you want to make sure that nothing came undone. There you go. And then after all the blood, sweat, and tears, there you have the Fallen back in jet mode. Last thing to mention is the included base of display that you get within the box. It's just the Battle of Egypt. Kind of bummed that it's not a backdrop of the Star Harvester from Revenge of the Fallen, since that's where he's mainly at during the Battle of Egypt. Yeah, but all in all, so that's my review of the Fallen, and he is a spectacular figure. I mean, he does have his flaws though, with the problems standing, and the ball joints on the little little arm assemblies there always like to fall off during transformation. But yeah, he's a pretty good figure, and I would totally recommend getting him, because he will stand out in any collection. So don't forget to check out my other reviews, and I will see you in the next video, where we will be taking a look at Age of Extinction Grimlock.